what if I told you you can double your email revenue in under 20 minutes without any new designs, new flows, or any advanced tech setup? I know it's kind of a clickbaity title, but it's kind of the truth as well, because it all starts with your pop-up. I'm Nicholas, founder of Klaviyo Consulting, and we've helped over 100 e-commerce brands scale their retention efforts, revenue, and strategies. And the fastest ROI we've seen, optimizing your pop-up. And that's why in today's video, I'm gonna cover the #1 mistake brands make when it comes to their pop-up offer, why A/B testing sign-up rate alone is not enough, and how to turn your pop-up into a revenue-generating machine. So with that being said, let me dive right into it. So first things first, as I mentioned before, the fastest way to double your email revenue is always going to be optimizing your pop-up. So if you're looking for low effort, high impact changes, then this is it, to be honest with you. Your pop-up is pretty much the gateway into your entire email marketing ecosystem. A better performing form means more leads, more flow revenue, and then more campaign recipients, which equals more revenue as well, obviously. The math is simple. Double the sign-up rate, and this is in theory, obviously, and you double the number of emails going through your welcome flow, for example, right? So double the sign-up rate, you double the number of emails going through your welcome flow, more people in your flows, more opportunities to convert, higher conversions equals higher revenue, obviously. So all from one change, which is optimizing your pop-up, and I'm gonna cover later, that's gonna be mainly your pop-up offer, right? And the best part of all of this is that optimizing your pop-up takes less than 20 minutes to implement, all right? The offer of your pop-up is definitely the king here. The #1 needle mover for pop-up conversions and sign-up rates is not the design, it's not the triggers, it's not the copy, it's the offer. Too many brands settle for a generic join or list type offer, or like whatever, or copy, but consumers are savvier than ever. There's a lot of competition, other brands they can purchase from. So they essentially expect something better in exchange for their email address, for their data, right? So examples of a few competing offers here: mystery discounts, they work really well. Get up to 20% off, plus free returns always, so kind of a mystery discount, right? They work really well. We've got a dollar-based or a percentage-based offer, so very typical, 10% off, $20 off, whatever it is. We've got gift with purchase, right? They work really well as well, for example, in skincare, with skincare brands, or like, the key with this is like offering something that is of high perceived value, but it doesn't cost much for the brand itself, right? They work really well. Free shipping. Free always works, right? So those are like few competing offers. Again, I'm gonna cover these later, but it is extremely important to A/B test as much as you can this single aspect of your pop-up offer, because it's the backbone of your entire marketing system, all right? Next, you have to A/B test like a pro, and I'm gonna show you why most brands get this wrong. So yes, you should A/B test your pop-ups, especially again the offer, but not the way most do. So what most people A/B test, so they have a A/B test on their pop-up, right? I'm gonna show you right now. So say we are A/B testing 25% off and 50% off, which is in this case actually. This is pretty crazy actually, and this is something you have to take into consideration. Is with the 25% offer, there's a high sign-up rate, but not only that, the revenue is actually higher as well, generated by this like specific pop-up. So how this pop-up revenue is attributed is on a 30-day basis. So essentially people going through this flow are converting more, they're purchasing more, and the brand itself is offering half the margin. So think about that and think about how important it is to A/B test this. If this brand doesn't A/B test, let's say that this brand didn't want to A/B test the offer, then they would essentially be converting less people and then just giving out more margin, which is crazy, right? So most brands just focus on this sign-up rate, when it comes to A/B testing offers, for example. But besides that, it is aside from the sign-up rate, it is extremely important to also test the lead to conversion rate, which is essentially how many people from those who signed up, how many people purchase within, depends on the brand, for the most part, it's going to be 30 days. How many people purchase from within those first 30 days. And then you make the calculations to see which offer makes more sense. And for example, another calculation you can make as well is, say for example, that it was the case that the 50% off is converting a bit more. But again, you're giving out more margin. So if you can calculate the kind of cost of the goods and see if it makes sense for the brand to actually offer the 50% off in the first place, and that the uplift in sign-up rate or like more leads is worth it, right? Pretty much. So take all those elements into consideration, because again, most brands just focus on this right here, which is nonsense, complete nonsense, and then they just forget about the other metrics, right? Especially, again, the lead to conversion rate. So as I mentioned, why does this matter? Because a pop-up that gets more emails but fewer sales is not a win, it is a waste. So examples, just for the one I just showed here, we've got pop-up A, 6% sign-up rate, 18% conversion rate, lead to conversion rate. Pop-up B, 10% sign-up rate, so higher sign-up rate, but a 9% conversion rate. Pop-up B may look better on the surface, right? Because it has a higher sign-up rate, but pop-up A brings in nearly 2x the revenue. I mean, if the AOV, of course, is the same, right? Which should be. Track the entire funnel to choose the true winner. Now, that's why, for example, I hate giveaway offers, right? Because you might get a high sign-up rate, a huge sign-up rate, but these are like tire kickers. These are people who don't want to buy from you. So one, you get a higher Klaviyo bill because you get more people who are not going to buy from you, so you increase your Klaviyo bill. And then two, just a waste of time and resources. You're not converting more people that way. So I just show you how to essentially, for example, with Klaviyo, take a look at the orders generated by a specific pop-up or like offer, and then see which one makes more sense when you take all those elements into consideration. All right. So yeah, just to recap here, this one fix powers your entire system. So your pop-up is not just a pop-up, a form, it's the starting point of your, as I mentioned before, full life cycle journey. So more qualified leads mean better flow performance, especially welcome, obviously, bigger campaign audiences, and more eyeballs, and then more customer insights from the get-go if you collect zero-party data, right? So if you're collecting zero-party data on the pop-up, as you should, you also gain better segmentation, better product recommendations for product development, for example, and then better personalization from day one. So the entire downstream performance of your email program improves when your top funnel starts stronger, right? So obviously the bottom of the pyramid here is going to be the traffic you get into your store, and then you've got your pop-up, which is how you convert people, which is extremely important. And then after that, you've got your emails, the actual emails, so flows, campaigns, etc. So that's pretty much it for this video right here. So if you found value here today, consider subscribing to my free newsletter for battle tested strategies and things that I share 3 times a week through my newsletter, which are things that I truly don't share anywhere else. There's a lot of value, like actual strategies you can implement right away. There's a lot of value. I mean, I have not seen a newsletter to be honest with you, in the email space that actually shares as much value as I do through my newsletter, to be honest, like 100%. So consider subscribing. And if you're running an e-commerce brand doing over 50K per month right now, and you want a high-performing email marketing team to handle retention marketing, scale your retention efforts, LTV, repeat purchase rates, AOV, then please feel free to essentially book a call with me. A link to my calendar is going to be in the description box below, so feel free to go in there and book a time that works for you. We'll be more than happy to put together a free audit for you, as well as a specific plan of attack for 2025. So yeah, with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.